Hey there, this is Malorian, and this is going to be a 50-point War Machine battle report. It's going to show my Rask up against Vayl here. So on my side, yeah, I decided to pull out a Rask again. You know, I kind of miss these gators, so time to use them. And what we're looking at here is the process of elimination scenario. So there is the two zones with the two objectives on them. It's the first one of 5 points. You get 1 for destroying an objective, 1 for controlling a zone, 2 for dominating a zone, and you can't do that scoring until you destroy the objective. For his side there, he is running Vayl with an Angelius, a Scythian, the Typhon, and also the Ravagore. There's a Spell Martyr, 2 of the Shepherds. There's also 2 Deathstalkers. There is the Forsaken. There's the Max Pot crew there, and there's also a Nissa Vayl. For myself, I have 2 Croak Hunters, 2 max units of the Posse, 2 min units of the Bogtrogs. 1 will be an ambush. I also have Snapjaw and Wrong Eye. Rask is running an Ironback Spitter. There's a Feral Geist and also Witch Doctor. Actually, out of all the games that I've played my Gators, this is the first time I've remembered to put up my little pools up there, which probably don't really matter because I'm against Legion, so they don't really care anyway. But hey, I did it. So looking at this, it's really hard to say what I'm going to do. Even though I'm a Legion player as well, I've never used Vayl, so I'm sure I'm going to run into some surprise at some point here. But the main plan was, also the Totem Hunter, is just to kind of move up, pop my feet, because I know a big part of Vayl is the huge threat range, but if he can't charge me, that really takes it away. So that's hopefully going to do something there. And apart from that, I'm not really sure if I go for scenario or attrition. We're kind of have to see what I'm given, basically. So I got the first turn, and really it's pretty simple. The Totem Hunter is going to be tough because, I mean, usually that stealth keeps me safe, but I'm up against the Isle of Sight, so I just kind of zip over here to a wall just to hope the defense keeps me alive. Otherwise, Snapjaw submerges and charges forward. Same thing goes on with Wrong Eye there. The 2 Posse go for Dirge and Miss, and they go up, and yeah, I mean, it's going to be interesting to see how the Croak Hunter versus Deathstalkers go, but I'm pretty sure that having Hunter on that side of the forest will give me the edge. So on his turn, he goes up and he is able to shoot and destroy the Totem Hunter, so a little bit of a sad face there. Otherwise, he goes kind of suicidal with his pot and only kills 2 of the guys. You know, normally he likes to kill 3 of them and make a guy first turn, but he just had some bad dice, so it didn't happen. So that kind of forced Typhon to run all the way over, and yeah, definitely could see that a lot of stuff is on the left side. He has Leash up onto the Scythian, he has a Chiller up on the Angelius, and looking at this, I think I'm definitely going to have to hold back and then pop my feet here. For his 2 Deathstalkers, he moved to the edge of the woods, so now I can charge him with my Croak Hunters. So on my turn, I come over here with my Bogtrogs, the ambushing ones, and my targets here is to kill that 1 Shepherd, which is going to force him to pull back in with the Ravagore, and also kill a Nissa Vayl. And when the turn's all done, really I charge in with the Croak Hunters, and I mean the first one needs like 9s, but the second one, because a Gang Fighter, needs 7s. Unfortunately, they both miss. Really the Posses go up, they still have Dirge, I have Zombify on the left one, I pop my feet, I have Admonition on the Spitter. I really have to get around this wall with Snapjaw, so he's charging and getting around that. They also both have Submerge again. The attack was able to, with the Bogtrogs, kill the 1 Shepherd, but unfortunately with the Nissa Vayl, I did in 2 pods of 2, and 1 of them missed. So now at this point, I'm just kind of waiting to see what he does. So it's during his turn that I realized I was a little bit too close here, because what happens is that with him being able to go up, he's able to kill just 1 just by advancing and attacking with the Angelius. That's something I kind of thought I was going to be too close on, but then the Scythian came forward, and I had 2 guys with an advance and reach of him too, so I thought, well, I'm going to lose 2 more Gators, but luckily he just had the worst dice ever and just kept on missing over and over and over again, so I actually ended up with 3 Posse left, which is better than I should have, but I mean, if I just would have had them back, a little bit more, like another centimeter more, that would have been just fine. So luckily they all survived there. Both of his guys, the Deathstalkers, hit my Crow Hunters on the left, but failed to kill me, so they both have the continuous corrosion on them. For himself, he pops a Shredder from the pot, which is going to go back after, the Bogtrogs back there, and also the Shepherd will charge in and kill one. The Ravagore is going to be running back to get more to the middle, and otherwise that's really it. So for this point here, he then pops his feet and is able to move a lot of these guys around. So, I mean, the one Typhon had moved up and tried to spray me, but he was too far out, so he just went right back. The Scythian is there on this side of the wall, and that means I can charge him. And the Angelius, well, of course, Vayl had to go back as well, but he is... Angelius went behind me, and I'm betting that his whole idea was to make sure it takes the real threat or the focus off of his caster and the Scythian. He wants me to go back, and he probably also want to be engaging the one Gator there, but unfortunately he was just a little bit too far and not quite engaging me. So looking at this, he did clear out the one objective, and he did get a point there, so he's up on the scenario. But now looking at this, I could probably do pretty good with attrition, which I can then follow up by a scenario if needed. So what I do here is I go after the Angelius with the Bogtrogs. I'm able to only get 3 of them onto him. I do a little bit of damage. Then I go over with the Witch Doctor and I do a Sacrificial Strike, and he does a tiny bit more damage too. Otherwise, I mean, looking at it, I probably should have hit him with the Spitter first and shot him with Rask first, but a little bit of activation issue mistakes there. The Crow Hunter is able to kill one of the Deathstalkers. Wrong Eye is able to go back, charge back, and kill Anissa Vayl, and so that's nice to have her off the board before she starts killing all of my Bogtrogs. Meanwhile, the best I can do, I mean, that 6-inch control range with Wrong Eye means that Snapshot can only go that far, which is kind of too bad. I go up with the Bull Snapper, or so not the Bull Snapper, the Spitter, and he shoots the Scythian, does some damage, and I know that she has the ability, Vayl, that if when I get within her control, or command rather, or whatever it is, that another beast gets to charge in. So I ran up the Feral guys just to kind of make sure that Typhon couldn't charge me. I put Fury onto these Gators, the 3 ones that aren't fully painted, and they charge into the Scythian, and they just rock those dice and kill it. Now, he did do the spray at me from Typhon, but luckily for me, he missed. And yeah, so I possess him with a Ghost. That's going to be fun and annoying. And then otherwise, since Typhon moved up, I'm able to get a lot of my posse onto him, and I take out Typhon as well. So he's gone. I did a little bit of damage to the pot there. Unfortunately, the Bogtrogs on the right weren't able to do too much because they're all facing the wrong way. So they're just kind of repositioning. And yeah, I mean, I feel like I'm in a pretty strong spot here. So on his turn, he does his best to try and clear things out. First of all, he goes and he tries doing the Animus with the Angelius to push all the Bogtrogs away. But because of how they're in a line, especially there with the Witch Doctor, a lot of them just bump into him, and he's barely not able to get out of reach. And what he really want to do is a shoot with him. So since he's kind of trapped there, he went around trying to kill at least 2 of the Bogtrogs and the Witch Doctor, failing to hit the Witch Doctor though. Otherwise, he comes over with his Forsaken and gets some bad dice there as well. I bet you he was trying to kill a Gator and that 3-box Scythian, but he's only able to kill the 1 Gator. Vayl shoots and boosts into the Scythian, but after doing that and doing the big spell into him, I'm still left with 1 box. So, I mean, he's at that point pretty much useless. All I have the body. If I had the mind left, he could at least get some work done, but meh. Charges over with the Ravagore, and it goes and kills one of my guys. He pops out another Shredder. It comes over and kills another one of my guys, and that's really all I can do with his turn. So looking at this, I see that this is probably going to just be a scenario win, because in the left zone, all I need to do is kill that 1 Forsaken and get in there with Rask to dominate. On the right side, all I have to do is kill the pot and 1 Shredder, and then charge and destroy that objective with Snapjaw, and I get 2 points over there between the objective and controlling the zone. So that should be pretty easy. And it does turn out that I need to be a little bit more careful, but basically the way it works up is that I go up with the one posse, I upkeep the Fury just to be sure, and they kill the one Forsaken. I then need to get the Fury onto the other unit just to be sure, so I put Boundless Charge on the Rask, charge one of my own guys in the back, just so I can get within that 6 inches and get in the zone. And so I do that, I pop over the Fury onto the other unit, I shot the Shredder with the Spitter, hoping to kill it, but I left it with a couple of boxes. So I charged the Shredder with Wrong Eye, hitting it with the tail attack, and then just biting the hell out of the objective and taking it down. And then it's pretty simple. And then all I have to do is go over with the Posse of Fury, destroy the pot. I get 4 points in 1 round and win by scenario. So looking at this game as a whole, I think I did have the advantage in the list pairings because, like I said, Vayl is really about the threat ranges, and I just really take that away. We were talking about that after, about how, he can still get a lot of damage on me. He could have trampled over and started attacking me and stuff like that. And maybe with his feet, instead of pulling away and still being in charge range anyway, just engage me and make it so that, all right, I can attack you, but I'm losing all my charge dice. So that can be a really big thing to do. Otherwise, I thought it was a fun game, and I hope you guys like watching it. Bye.